That is ridiculously bad. It really is.
In the turbulent realm of professional basketball, there are moments that leave fans bewildered, grasping for explanations amid the chaos. Enter Doc Rivers, once revered as a mastermind of the court, now teetering on the brink of scrutiny and disbelief. Yes, you heard it right. Doc Rivers, the walking trash can of basketball coaching. Doc Rivers' descent into the depths of coaching infamy has been nothing short of astonishing. Like a burning, floating dumpster fire, his tenure with the Milwaukee Bucks has left fans questioning reality itself. But could there be more to this debacle than meets the eye? The Bucks' recent performance on the court has been nothing short of abysmal. A humiliating defeat to the Miami Heat sans Jimmy Butler served as a grim prelude to their encounter with the Memphis Grizzlies. One would think this was a golden opportunity for redemption, a chance to rebound against a struggling opponent. Alas, it was not to be. As the Bucks clashed with the Grizzlies, the stage was set for a classic underdog story. Memphis, plagued by injuries to key players, appeared ripe for the picking. Yet what unfolded on the court defied all logic and reason. How could a team with championship aspirations falter so spectacularly against a depleted opponent? The absence of key Grizzlies players only compounded the Bucks' woes, leaving fans bewildered and searching for answers. In the aftermath of yet another disappointing loss, questions abound. Is there a method to Doc Rivers' madness, or are we witnessing a coach unraveling before our very eyes? The time has come for accountability. Imagine, if you will, a scene straight out of a legal drama. Doc Rivers, the man at the center of this basketball saga, takes the stand under oath. The court of public opinion demands answers. Was this debacle a mere coincidence? Or something more sinister? The Bucks, once hailed as contenders, now find themselves mired in uncertainty. But amidst the chaos, there is hope. For in the crucible of adversity, true champions are forged.
Shake and bake. Bottom, a three.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Doc talked about in our pregame, right? He spent so much time trying to fit in with Giannis.
And the answer from Aldama. Downtown hit. Early offense. That's really early. On the alley-oop feed, a special delivery to Antetokounmpo.
As the Bucks navigate their tumultuous journey, one thing remains certain. The fire that burns within them cannot be extinguished. Whether they rise from the ashes or succumb to the flames, only time will tell. Rivers' tenure with the Milwaukee Bucks has been nothing short of a train wreck. Like a smoldering dumpster fire, his leadership has left fans questioning the very fabric of the team. But is there more to this debacle than meets the eye? The Bucks' recent performance on the court has been nothing short of abysmal. A matchup against the struggling Memphis Grizzlies seemed like the perfect opportunity for redemption. However, what unfolded was a spectacle of incompetence. Even with key players sidelined, the Grizzlies entered the game as the worst scoring and shooting team in the league. The odds were heavily stacked in favor of the Bucks, with Giannis Antetokounmpo delivering a stellar performance with 35 points and 12 assists. Yet, even his heroics were not enough to overcome the incompetence of the coaching staff. With a lead in the fourth quarter, the Bucks inexplicably faltered, allowing the Grizzlies to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. The loss not only highlights the ineptitude of Doc Rivers, but also the dire situation the Bucks find themselves in. At 35, 21 for the year, the Bucks are a shadow of their former selves. With a 9-game gap behind the Boston Celtics for the top seed and slipping to the 5th spot in the East, the Bucks' championship aspirations are hanging by a thread. It's a situation that no fan could have imagined, and yet here we are. The time for change is now.
Maybe I'll send my staff and I'll go on vacation.
The Bucks cannot afford to continue down this path of mediocrity with Doc Rivers at the helm. His track record speaks for itself, and it's clear that a new direction is needed. But what will it take for the Bucks to right the ship? It starts with recognizing the problem and taking decisive action. The time for excuses is over. It's time to hold Doc Rivers accountable for his failures. In the grand scheme of things, basketball is more than just a game. It's a reflection of teamwork, leadership, and perseverance. The Bucks owe it to their fans, their city, and themselves to strive for excellence. So, as the dust settles on yet another disappointing loss, one thing remains clear. The Bucks need to make a change, and they need to do it now. The future of the franchise depends on it. Rivers' tenure with the Bucks has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride, and not the thrilling kind. Since his arrival, the team has plummeted from grace, teetering dangerously close to playoff oblivion. But how did it come to this? Just a short while ago, the Bucks were riding high, boasting the second-best record in the NBA. However, since the arrival of Rivers, their fortunes have taken a nosedive. With a dismal record of 3 wins and 7 losses under his tutelage, it's clear that something has gone terribly wrong. But the Bucks' woes run deeper than just their win-loss record. Rivers is the 3rd coach to helm the team in the span of just 10 months, following a shocking playoff collapse under Mike Budenholzer. The revolving door of coaching staff speaks volumes about the chaos within the organization. As the Bucks stare down the barrel of playoff elimination, the urgency for change has never been greater. With just 4 games separating them from the dreaded 9th seed, time is of the essence. The post-All-Star break period looms ominously, threatening to further cement the Bucks' descent into obscurity. It's time for the Bucks to take decisive action. Rivers' coaching tenure must come to an end, swiftly and decisively. The experiment has failed, and the consequences are too dire to ignore. But what lies ahead for the Bucks? The road to redemption may be long and arduous, but it's not impossible. With the right leadership and a renewed sense of purpose, the Bucks can reclaim their status as contenders.
14 points for Zaire Williams. Long strides, banker goes Antetokounmpo. Splitting defenders, Antetokounmpo with the throwdown. Jemison flings it in.
As the dust settles on yet another disappointing chapter in Bucks history, one thing remains clear. Change is not just necessary, it's imperative. The fate of the franchise hangs in the balance, and the time to act is now. As the Bucks stare down the barrel of another postseason disappointment, the time for action is now. Rivers' tenure must come to an end, for the sake of the team, the fans, and the future of the franchise. But what lies ahead for the Bucks? The road to redemption may be long and arduous, but it's not impossible. With the right leadership in place, they can reclaim their status as contenders and write a new chapter in their storied history. As the Bucks scramble to salvage whatever they can from a season marred by disappointment and despair, the inevitability of change looms large. The All-Star break offers a brief respite, but make no mistake, the shadow of failure will linger for years to come. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the heart and soul of the Bucks, stands on the brink of his 12th season with the team. Just months ago, he committed his future to Milwaukee with a contract extension that stretches into the late 2020s. But one must wonder, can he endure another year of mediocrity and mismanagement? The Bucks' season has been nothing short of a catastrophe, a cautionary tale of the dangers that come with entrusting the fate of a franchise to a coach who has lost his touch. But as the losses pile up and the playoffs slip further from reach, the time for change is now. Giannis deserves better, the fans deserve better, the city of Milwaukee deserves better. It's time to part ways with Doc Rivers and chart a new course for the future. But what lies ahead for the Bucks? With Giannis at the helm, the possibilities are endless. But significant changes must be made, both on the court and on the sidelines. The era of complacency and underachievement must come to an end. As the dust settles on another disappointing chapter in Bucks history, one thing is clear: the time for action is now. The future of the franchise hangs in the balance, and the decisions made today will shape the legacy of tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.